Hi guys, this is ShyGamerMaile and welcome to episode 4 of my Let's Play of Trauma Center Second Opinion. So last time we played through a couple of these episodes. I think it was Dormant Ability, Striving for Asclepius, and Awakening. And we learned about the Healing Touch, and we also learned that Dr. Hoffman is sort of wary of us using it because of some mysterious incident that happened in the past. So we had another little thing open up right here too. I've decided I think I'm going to make this a separate part of the Let's Play so that we can avoid spoilers, because these two storylines are fairly separate from one another. So we're just going to keep plugging on in Derek's story. So now we're going to go to Just Let Me Die. Start this episode, yes. Episode 6, Just Let Me Die. Doctor, an emergency patient was just carried in. Vitals at 60, CS is 300. She's in shock and losing blood fast. Call the rest of the staff. We need to operate immediately. Angie, get the patient in the OR. Derek, you handle the surgery. I'm on it. Linda Reed. Several bleeding lacerations found in the right lung. Patient's vitals are unstable, necessitating extreme caution. The patient's a 17-year-old female. Her case history is unknown. We found massive bleeding in her thoracic cavity. Derek, you need to perform a lobectomy immediately. This operation has one objective: treat all injuries within the thoracic cavity. We'll proceed from there. Drain the blood first, if it's a large laceration. After that, use the forceps to close the area, then suture it. Just be sure to drain any blood before moving on with the operation. Hurry, Derek!
Let's get started.
Let's begin the operation.
There isn't much time.
Let's see if we can boost her up a little bit so that we don't have to worry about anything, just in case anything happens inside. Disinfect and cut. Like usual, guys.
What the?
So, first I'm just gonna go with these large ones. They cause the most damage. Pinch it closed.
Good work.
And suture up. Drain. Pinch close. Suture up.
Doctor.
Now we're just gonna keep going. There we go. Pretty easy little operation. Now we're just gonna boost up her vitals a little bit. So. And then we're going to disinfect and close her up.
Nice work, Dr. Stiles.
Let's see how we did, guys. S. Cool. Where and what did those injuries come from? I don't know. It'll probably take some time to figure out. She'll be hospitalized for a few days, so let's try to keep an eye on her. Did you notice those cuts along the girl's wrists? Yeah, they looked recent. I'd say her real illness is deeper than we thought. If that's the case, I don't think we're finished seeing complications. So it looks like she has some emotional problems. But I don't know how she could self-harm on the inside, because you couldn't cause that amount of trauma to the lung without opening up the thoracic cavity, I don't think. But I am not a med student. That is why they go to school. Start this episode? Yes. Reasons why. Episode 7, Reasons Why. Hope Hospital, room 201. Get away. I never asked you to save me. Leave me alone. Please calm down, Miss Reed. It's alright. When I passed out, I could feel it. My chest was on fire. I was finally going to be free. Why did you bring me back? I didn't want to live. Why would you want to die? You're still young. You have your whole life ahead of me? Yeah, there's something to look forward to, huh? How come everyone says that? My life sucks. I'm tired of all this pain. I'm not pretty enough to date the popular guys. I'm too fat. My mom called me a failure yesterday because I might not even graduate. Is that a life you'd want? I'm never going to be happy. That all depends on my attitude? What a joke. A positive outlook won't just magically solve all my problems. Then maybe you should die. There are patients here who have to fight just to breathe properly. Every day, someone dies after a long and painful struggle to hold on. I'm sorry we saved you. Go end your life for all I care. Wow, Angie. Angie! I know you did your best, Doctor, but I'm afraid it was wasted effort. Stop talking like that, Angie. I have other things to attend to. I'm sorry you had to waste your time operating on me. Helping someone is never a waste of time. Just leave me alone. I don't blame that nurse for hating me. I hate me too. I'm not going anywhere. You're still sick. What kind of surgeon are you then? I thought you fixed me. It's not that kind of sickness. A doctor's job is about more than just physical illnesses. Nurse Angie taught me that. When I was little, I had a cat named Tama. We were playing one day and he ran out into the street. I wasn't fast enough to do anything. A car hit him and I blamed myself. I decided it was my fault Tama died. I really thought I had killed my cat. It was all I could think about. I told my mother I did a terrible thing and I wanted to die. What happened then? She slapped me hard. Mom told me Tama would be ashamed of me and that she was too. But she also said that I was the one who should be most ashamed of myself. She said that to you? Who'd you grow up with, Linda? Huh? Do you have any siblings? Or what about pets? Just my parents and my friends at school, I guess. Could you look those people in the eye and tell them you wanted to die? No way, of course not. That's why I want to be left alone. Then hold this. A mirror? Look at the girl there and say, I want to die. I couldn't do it either. Now tell her you're sorry. I think she deserves an apology. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Stop worrying about other people and start making that girl happy. Don't work hard in school for your mom's sake. Do it because you'll learn more and become a better person. Don't let other people decide whether or not you're happy. Find things you enjoy and do them. It might not make you popular, but you'll like yourself a lot more. And you aren't too fat. I've seen your charts, remember? Your mother sounds like a smart lady. Really? She could be pretty weird sometimes, but then she'd say, I may be weird, but think of all the stories you'll have to tell one day. That's interesting. Sorry, I guess I got a little carried away. Really though, she's great. I should let you rest now. I think I'm going to take a nap. That's a good idea. Sorry for talking so much. Next time I'll... Thank you. Huh? You're a good doctor. Sometimes in life, you just need that one person to give you a little push along that you need. You know, guys? Derek's right. The most important thing about life is not what other people think of you, it's what you think of yourself. So I think it's important that if you can look at yourself in the mirror at the end of every day and say, you know what, I did a pretty good job today, then I think that's all that's important. All that's important in life, besides, well, for me it's family, is that you like yourself and you appreciate the things that you can do. You know? Sorry I got a little bit philosophical, but let's go into the next story episode called Reconciliation. Episode 8, Reconciliation. Whew, time for a break. I'll go get us some coffee. Thanks, that's a great idea. I passed by Linda Reed's room on the way here, but... is something wrong? Her parents were there. All three of them started crying and apologizing all at once. It seems like a lot more was going on than we thought. School, her father's job. Were you eavesdropping? Well, I was curious. I didn't hear anything worth dying over, though. Everyone worries about that stuff during high school, you know? I think we all handle our problems in different ways, that's very true. But I'm glad her family came to visit her. Surgeons aren't really equipped to heal psychological wounds. Whew, tongue twister. Don't sell yourself short. I can only try. Anyway, if her family knows about it, then they can help her. Yeah, I think she'll be fine. That girl's lucky she was brought to this hospital, though. Huh? Why? Well, this is only a rumor, but I hear there's a death doctor. A what doctor? Euthanasia. If that doctor had been treating her when she asked to die. Death doctor, huh? I really can't understand why anyone would want to die. This game goes into some pretty dark waters, guys. Mental illness, euthanasia, physician-assisted suicide. That's why it's not afraid to tackle difficult subjects, and I think it does pretty well. So let's go into the next episode. Please Let Me Live. Please Let Me Live, Episode 9. Derek, we just received some strange results back on Linda Reed. Did they explain the bleeding in her lungs? I don't think it's directly related, but they found extremely high levels of cyprohedrin in her blood. Cyprohedrin in her blood. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, like you medical experts out there, but... what's that? It's a new antihistamine, doctor. They're usually used to treat allergies. I know what antihistamines do, but why didn't she tell us she was on medication? Because she wasn't. Drugs involving cyprohedrin are still in clinical trial. Also, our test indicated 24 times the suggested dosage. Side effects from overdose include headaches and emotional distress. In extreme cases, the mood swings are serious enough to prompt suicide. That explains her death wish. It may have contributed, but I doubt that was the primary cause. Still, I've never heard of cyprohedrin being synthesized within the body. Whatever's causing it might be the source of those lacerations. Doctor! What is it? Reed's condition is getting worse. She's complaining about excruciating chest pain. What? It hurts. Linda. Doctor, I want to live. I want to live, doctor. Please. Derek, we're operating now. Angie, alert the staff. Hurry. Linda Reed, hemorrhaging lacerations have reformed in the right lung. Please conduct an investigation while performing hemostatic treatment. Her blood pressure is decreasing at a frightening rate. We suspect hemorrhaging in her lungs again. There has to be some explanation for why these lacerations are occurring. Until we figure out what that is, there's not a lot we can do. You should have 2 objectives during this operation. 1. Treat any bleeding injuries within the thoracic cavity. Discover the source of the lacerations. I'll be working as your assistant. Stay calm, Derek. No. She wants to live. I have to save her. to be a tough little procedure, guys. So I'm gonna make sure that we have vitals as high as they can possibly go. Disinfect and cut. Close these up. Get this.
Proceed as
That.
normal.
Let's get this one over here. Here. Heal. Heal. Gonna boost her vitals a little bit before we do the last one, just in case it triggers anything. Heal.
What is that? What?
Here is our mysterious illness. Okay. Here is the villain of the game. This mysterious little, these mysterious little critters. Where's the other one? There we go.
Careful, Doctor.
Let's get some of these out, and then let's get the laser out.
Coming.
Incinerate these guys really quick. Boost vitals up again. You can see how much damage they do. So you have to be pretty quick on the draw with them. You have to keep an eye on the vitals too. Good. We're on the home stretch here. In. Get the next one. This one takes a couple hits before it dies. And got it. We're good. Do some stitching here. Heal, heal, heal. We're good.
Was that guilt?
Boost everything up again to get our score up. And we're good. Sew this up. Disinfect. Band-aid. And we're done. Now let's see what our score is, guys. Hey, not bad. I'd like to remind everyone that the details of this operation should be considered strictly confidential. Bring Linda Reed's medical files to my office immediately. I will provide updates when appropriate. That's all for today. Doctor, could that have been guilt? How do you know about that? I don't know much. It was mentioned in my father's research. When did your father come across something like guilt? Well, he was a researcher. Other than that, I don't really know. Give me some time to examine the situation. Until then, don't mention guilt to anyone, understand? Yes, sir. What the hell is guilt? So, that little operation was the display of our, basically the main antagonist of this game, which is an illness called guilt. And as you can see, it's not very well known. So that's why they're telling everyone involved with that operation to keep it under wraps. So now we're going to go into the next episode. We're going to do 3 operations this time. So the episode's going to be a little longer this time. So let's go into episode 10, Caduceus. Episode 10, Caduceus. I'm here. Please come in. Pardon me, but why was I called to your office? Why don't you have a look at this examination report first? Who's this for? Linda Reed. What do these headings mean? I don't recognize them. Positive chiral reaction? Positive spectral analysis? G1R? Those tests are beyond our capabilities, so we enlisted help from an outside organization. In the last few years, a bizarre disease with varying symptoms has been reported in several isolated cases. The two things they had in common? Each victim's body turned against itself, and they all died. Because of that, we believe each subject was infected with guilt. Granulated utrophin immunolatency toxin. Then you think Reed's illness was... Exactly. Linda Reed is a guilt victim. I'm surprised you were able to treat her without the proper resources. It was a difficult operation, but I wanted to save her. Well, that decision may have changed your life. The organization we mentioned before has requested that you join them. What? Why me? Your healing touch ability allowed you to successfully cure a guilt victim. What organization is this anyway? They're an arm of the World Health Organization that specializes in exterminating intractable diseases that threaten mankind. They're called Caduceus. Caduceus? I remember seeing them listed in essays on cancer and AIDS treatments. Aren't they the ones who eradicated the TFTA influenza last year? Caduceus wants me? What are you going to do, Derek? You've been offered a chance to work at the forefront of modern medicine. Well, I mean, it's an honor. But it's also sudden. I'm not really sure what to do. I mean, it changed my whole life. You don't need to decide right away. Just remember that this is a choice, not an order. The only reason I'm telling you this is because an old friend asked me to. To be honest, I'm against you joining Caduceus. What? Why? I don't think a research laboratory is the right environment for you. Didn't you say you wanted to help patients face to face? That's true. You should probably see this as well. A letter? Kyriaki, Sunday. Death is denied those who seek it, though it be their destiny. They search for it like treasure, but the modern age conceals it. What's this supposed to mean? It arrived shortly after Linda Reed was hospitalized. We don't know who sent it. Supposedly, these letters arrive shortly before guilt does. Huh? That means guilt doesn't occur naturally, which means it could be some kind of man-made virus. The World Health Organization is considering it terrorist activity. What? Someone is creating guilt and releasing it into society. We don't have any leads as to who or why. It's almost as if it's meant to confuse us. The UN even created a new term to describe it: medical terrorism. Caduceus is anticipating a large-scale guilt outbreak, and they need skilled doctors to be ready for it. Hopefully now you see the stakes involved in this. Think it over. Don't make your decision lightly. Alright, so there's this organization called Caduceus, and they specialize in treating this virus, like the one Linda Reed had, called guilt, and they suppose it's something that's man-made, and those little notes that arrive tell you the name of the guilt, and they tell you they're kind of like a calling card for each form of the virus. So now let's go into for the greater good. Yes. Angel's Bay, Hope Hospital. Episode 11, for the greater good. Hope Hospital, room 207. Thank you so much, Doctor. It just hurt so badly. I thought I was a goner. Well, appendicitis is a fairly common condition, But congratulations on your recovery, Mr. Sasano. If my wife gets sick, I'll make sure you're the one operating on her. Well, it would probably be better if she didn't get sick at all. I guess that's true, haha. Talking with the patients is one of my favorite parts of the job. Could I really leave that behind? Derek will be starting the operation briefing soon. Okay. Lisa Chalk. Mitral prolapse and regurgitation. Since complications may arise, it is necessary to replace the valve with a synthetic one. Whew. Today, you will be operating on Elisa Chalk, who's been in our pediatric ward. She's a very young child with a valvular heart disease. It was a tough decision, but her parents finally decided to go ahead with the procedure. There's only one main objective for this operation. Replace a valve in her heart with a synthetic one. You'll use a triple incision to excise the valve. Cut 3 times. You'll need to be cautious as possible. Understand? Technology has made a lot of situations much easier for us, but heart surgery will always rely on a skillful doctor. Angie, keep an eye on the oscillograph to aid Dr. Stiles. I understand. Don't let the gravity of this operation intimidate you. The conference is over. She's in your hands now, Derek. Let's begin the operation. This is the last pretty much normal procedure before we go into like the guilt victims. So
Let's begin.
here we go. Just as always, we're gonna disinfect and cut. Be very careful. Gonna disinfect. Switch out.
Vitals are critical.
Need to resuscitate her. We're just gonna do a nice cut here. The sooner we change out the valve, the sooner her heart will calm down a bit.
Proceed as normal. Treatment complete.
There we go. She's gonna start. Okay. One and two. And she's back. Let's just drain this away. Switch it out for the... Don't move anything, because it'll hurt her. I wish I were a little better with the defibrillator, guys. Okay. Let's get this changed out. Sew it in.
Amazing!
And she's good. Let's get her vitals up a little bit. I think I could have done better on that one. Just sew this up while we wait for this to recover a bit. Okay, let's get her vitals up for the last push. Disinfect. And put a band-aid on. And we're done.
Nice work, Dr. Stiles.
Okay, the patient is saved. Operation successful. Let's see what her score is. Hey, not bad. Is my daughter, will Elisa be alright? The operation was a success. She'll need about 2 months to fully recover before she can go back to school. But after that, she'll be good as new. That's good news. Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. People are always worried about heart surgery, especially on children. But modern medicine allows us to treat such conditions with much greater success than 10, even just 5 years ago. Young patients like your daughter face very little risk of permanent physical damage. To be honest, I'm more worried about the psychological stress operations like this might have on small children. Please take good care of her during her recovery. Oh, of course. Elisa, we love you so much. Modern medicine. I'm very sorry. Modern medicine just hasn't advanced enough to treat a disease like this. You have my condolences. Mom, why are you crying? Dad's okay, right? He's gonna get better, right? But why isn't Dad getting better? You can fix him, you just gotta. He's my dad. I'm sorry, son. No doctor in the world could save your father from this. Things have come a long way. Dr. Hoffman, I'm going to accept the offer from Caduceus. So you're willing to throw away your own happiness for this? I know about what happened to you in the past. I know that having superior skills will only create more pressure to succeed. That everyone will expect me to have answers nobody else has. I'm sure those are valid concerns. And the path I've chosen probably caused me a lot of pain. But I became a doctor so that nobody would have to die from an incurable disease. Not ever again. Diseases are painful, and losing someone to a disease is even more painful. It's hard for doctors to tell people their loved ones can't be cured. I'm going to make sure they won't have to. Caduceus has already found ways to save thousands of people. If I can somehow help them find cures for more incurable diseases, then I'll accept that responsibility. I'm joining Caduceus. Alright guys, so we did about 3 procedures and we had a bunch of story episodes, like 3 story episodes. So I'm going to stop the Let's Play right here. So today we learned about guilt for one, and we also learned about this organization called Caduceus that is supposedly on the forefront of cutting-edge medicine. And we know that Derek is trying to join them so that he can save more guilt victims in the future. So next time, we're gonna start on our little adventure to Caduceus and start chapter 3, it looks like. Wow. So, let me know what you thought. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or anything. Like the video, let me know what you think. And if you want to see more of my stuff, then subscribe. No pressure, guys. So, this is ShyGamerMaile, and I'm going to sign off right now. Bye, guys!